Hello and a good evening to you. I hope that you're having a fine Sunday evening. Hey, my name is Yafoda Tobra and this is Auntie Yaa'S Book Corner, and today is Auntie Yaa'S Cozy Book Chat. Unfortunately, Ya Russell is not able to be with us tonight. It's going to be a quick one this evening, but I trust that you've had a good week. You're well rested, waiting to start another week. And what do you know? The month of August is almost over. What are your plans? What are your goals, or what do you have on the horizon for the last 4 months of the year? Something to think about. Look at what you set out to do at the beginning of the year, what you've been able to accomplish, what you've not been able to accomplish. Realign your plans and then start over again and finish hard. So I'm just going to finish sharing and then we'll continue our discussion, okay? Okay, now I'm going to go back and share to some friends. Yeah, so hey, life is going on. Make the best of it. Enjoy your life. Be happy. Let's see, one more person I need to find. Okay, I believe I got everybody. So yes, here we are. Hello, Aisha. Welcome, welcome. Hope you are doing well, having a great weekend. So today we are reading from page 254 of The Beauty of a Woman's Heart. It's the very last page. Yes, it's a short one, so today I don't think will be long, but yeah, let's talk. So I'm going to read through it and then I'll come back, take it from the top, and we'll discuss. So the title is She Is. She is beautiful because her creator defines her and no other. She is gracious because her God is a God of grace. She is compassionate because she's filled with the love of her Father. She is unique, yes, one of a kind, because she is a divine creation skillfully wrought by perfect hands. She is simply awesome because He is her confidence. She is powerful because God is her only power source. She is creative because God has deposited His gifts in her. There's nothing that she cannot do. Sadly, how many of us believe who God says we are? Stir yourself up, put on some sass, and get stepping, woman. Walk in your true identity. The world is waiting for you to make your mark on it. Do not give up on yourself. God hasn't. Yes. So it would appear sometimes that we have to keep talking and talking and talking about some of these things, but building yourself up, loving yourself, it starts with loving yourself as a woman, actually. So how do you see yourself? So from the top, I said she's beautiful because her creator defines her and no other. I believe that if we wanted to, we could get stuck on this topic for the whole hour because there's a lot in here. How many of us believe that we are beautiful? Yes. If you go back in your memory into your childhood, adulthood, wherever you are right now, I mean, I'm sure you have one or two stories of people teasing you or saying things or making comments. Yes. Even the beautiful people, they have things said about them too. So really what it is that nobody, you can't please anybody and you have to accept yourself. So when we talk about beauty, a lot of us tend to only focus on the outer things. My hair, my face, my makeup, my clothes, my shoes, my bags. And it's become a definition, like we are responding to the outer trappings of the world, what we see on the magazine covers. And sometimes even what we see on the magazine covers don't look like us. Yes, we force ourselves to respond to those demands on us. You know, the saddest thing you can see is a woman who's not happy with herself and then having to go do plastic surgery or something or other. Today it's my forehead, I have wrinkles. Tomorrow it's my neck, my cheeks, you know, my body, all kinds of things. So if we, the older women, are so insecure in ourselves, what do we expect the younger ones to be doing? What image, what are we portraying to the young girls? And the other thing that I see is that, you know, it's like we're forced. So we, it's almost, I don't know if it's prescribed, I don't want to use words, but the more you show, the more beautiful you are. But I then ask myself, who says you have to do that? Show everything, show all your body parts for you to be labeled beautiful. Look, it's about time that we spend time working on the inside, on our inside, how we feel about ourselves, who we are as a person. All your strengths come from inside of you. If you're so focused on your beauty and that's all that you're thinking about or dwelling on, what happens when the beauty fades? I always ask this question. Sadly, there are a lot of women who are so enamored with their beauty. So to keep a man, even though go do those extra surgeries so they look young, tight, and fit, and all that. But if a man loves you, isn't he supposed to accept you, wrinkles, flaws, and all? And what about him? I mean, he's also aging. Maybe that pot belly, yes, the gray hairs, that's what the gray hairs, they come, you know? But why is the pressure on you, the woman? Look, if you're a man and you have to tell a woman that, oh, you like a woman with big breast or a big bum, and that woman responds and goes to get those things done, there is a problem. Because, you know, you should be able to tell the man that you are not what he's looking for, so he can get stepping and go find what he wants. But we are so not we are not trained to believe in ourselves, to own ourselves, be confident, and be able to say, no, this is who I am. You take it or you leave it, and you settle yourself, and then you go do these things. But these attack here, nip here, it all comes with repercussions, and someday you'll pay for it. So, like I've been talking about beauty, beauty is on the inside. Work on your insides, your character, you know, the way you think. There's more to you than just your beauty. I always say that beauty and brains should go together. Don't be a vacuous, you know. When I was telling my my schoolmate Candy, when I did an interview with her last week, that, you know, she had mentioned that, oh, she likes reading a certain type of book. And I said, oh, yeah, when I was young, I did that. Barbara Cartland, the Harlequin romance, and the Mills and Boons. And in those historical, you know, histories, Duke this, Viscount or Viscount, whatever, I don't know how to pronounce it, a Duke this, whoever, you know, those titled people. And the ladies were not expected to be too intelligent. Like when you read those books, or they do their watercoloring and they just simper and nod their heads and all that. You know, they do what ladies were expected to be doing, not being too smart, being whatever. You are groomed for that role. So it's there. And we too, we are also in that mode, or you are groomed for that role. So if a man cannot love you as you are, and they have to say they need you to do this, you need to be this way, then you question and ask yourself that, then it's not me that he's after. There's somebody out there who fits his demands or his requirements. Yes. You know, we need to start thinking through these things more and not accepting what is put on us. I'm saying that work on yourself as a woman. A woman who's worked on, look, beauty is not always about looking good. You can meet a lady, I said this before the other day, And she's a woman, but just the way there's something coming from inside of her, her aura, even when she smiles, like you know that you've been in the presence of a queen, because she knows herself. She doesn't have to speak much, but even just you being in her presence, you feel so calm, you feel centered, you feel okay. And when you leave her presence, you feel like you've been blessed, like something special has happened. Those are the kind of women that I'm talking about, that they are very secure in themselves. They are not focused on their outer beings, but they are focused on what is inside of them. So when you meet them, they bless you. Yes, with their, I don't know what to call it, whatever is coming from inside of them. They bless you with it. You enjoy being in their company. You enjoy being in their company. And when you leave, you feel so encouraged, so motivated that, wow, let me try to be a better person and also have that impact on another person, another woman, what have you. To me, that is what beauty is. I don't define beauty in a physical way. No, beauty involves everything. Yes, you can be beautiful, but your character, the way you love people, the way you treat people, the way you talk to people, the way you honor people, that says a lot about you as a woman. So, yes, we'll go on. The next sentence I say she's gracious because her God is a God of grace. When you are gracious, what do I mean? You are generous, you are kind, because you know grace, God's grace is undeserved, it's free, it's divine love. So when you are generous, you are gracious, you know, you present yourself in a certain way that it makes people feel, wow, this person cares about me. This person is interested in me as a person. Not when some people, when you meet them, they look at you and they are waiting to, they glance over your head looking for the next important person to come along so that they talk to them. No, being gracious is that you're always, you expand yourself. You're very embracing of people when you meet people, just the way you carry yourself, the conversations you have with them, yes. And I go on to say that she's compassionate because she's filled with the love of her father. Compassionate is sympathy, kindness. Look, overall, as a human being, you need to have some modicum of compassion in you. You need to care about what happens to your fellow man. Yes. But there can be people or women who don't have that. They are callous, they can be crass. They've just, sometimes it's just who they are, their personality, or maybe they've just not been taught. Nobody, they don't know. They don't know. Yes. But when I say compassionate, I don't mean that let people use and abuse you. No, that's not what we are talking about. Because I believe in this world in which we are, we need to be, what do you call it? We need to treat people the way we expect to be treated. And I know that my fellow believers may come and say, oh, God says, turn the other cheek, do this. No, there's wisdom. There's wisdom. Just because you're a believer or you're a good or you're a kind person doesn't mean that you should just leave yourself for people to walk in and trample all over you. Or there's people who take and take and take from you, but there's no reciprocity. They don't reciprocate. They think that you are there to serve their needs, and that's all that there is to it. No, it doesn't work that way. It does not. And when we do things like that, people tend to shy away from us. Little by little, you realize that people move away from you because you are not a compassionate person. You become self-serving. All you think about is yourself. Let me read Aisha's comment. It says, gracious, courteous, kind, and pleasant, especially towards someone of lower social status. Oh, tell me about that. Yes. Yes. So the compassionate thing, like kindness, being able to, be interested in people, follow up on people, find out, it starts from your own home, your children, your spouse, whatever, what have you. Yes. And, you can care about people without it getting to the level where people will take advantage of you and use and abuse you. A lot of people have gone through hurtful situations so much that they don't want to be bothered. They built a shield around them, and it's because of some of our own behaviors, right? When somebody is gone out of their way, out of their own, the goodness of their own heart to do you good, and then you repay them with evil, it makes people shut down pretty quick. So we need to be aware of some of these things and change it. As women, especially, like the treachery that we do towards, we exhibit towards one another, it's just not, it's unbelievable. So the it's something to be aware of, because we, the older women, are doing these kinds of things to ourselves. What message is it sending to the younger ones? They are learning the same. They're learning the same thing, because there's no compassion. Rather, if somebody is going through a bad situation or a hard time, we come and turn on our cameras or whatever, and then we lambast. Am I using the right word or pronouncing it right? We just put them down. We attack them viciously, and that is not for anybody to be doing those kinds of things. It means you don't have love inside yourself. Look, if you love yourself, there's certain things you won't even do. So I go with from the premise of a woman who loves herself. It's all these things that I read out. If you love yourself, and we need to get away from that mentality of loving yourself means you are selfish. I always come back to the Bible tells us that love your neighbor as yourself. But we stop at the love your neighbor and then we forget ourselves. No, no, don't forget you. As you're loving your neighbor, bring yourself along. But even before then, you do that, love yourself. Have compassion for yourself. Yes, have compassion for yourself. If you have compassion for yourself, you'll be able to exhibit it towards another human being. Yes, we do know that there's people in life who always just expect. They just expect. Yes, they are the very special people. Everything, we know those people. I'm talking broadly that overall, you know, learn to be compassionate. Learn to be compassionate. Yes. And then also, I'll go on. She's unique. Yes, one of a kind, because she's a divine creation skillfully wrought by perfect hands. Do you believe that you are unique? Excuse me. Do you believe that you are unique? It's a question for you. Or you are trying to be like somebody else. Or you think that I've heard a lot of women talk that, look, I'm a certain way, I'm this way, and so it used to bother me, and I used to just want to cringe and put myself in a box just to fit in with everybody else. Who said that? Who told you that? It is okay to be different. Yes, it's not accepted, but be different. Yes, be different. My own story is that I've always found out that I don't seem to get along with women. I don't know if I put that right. Not that I don't get along with them, but when I meet them, there seems to be something about me that rubs them the wrong way. I don't know what it is. Yes. So when you have those scenarios, you start to think that you are the problem. But when you start to work on yourself and figure yourself out and grow, then you put it in perspective and say, these things that those women are exhibiting towards you is their own insecurities, because maybe they see some strength in you that is a threat to them, and it makes them feel that, oh, but you know what? That is not the best thing to do or to be. Look, if there's somebody that you admire, a woman, and you like the things that the way she carries, yes, thank you, the way she carries herself and what have you, and you want to learn, look, we have a mentor-mentee situation. You can approach this person, talk to them, even You might even do it even without them knowing that that is what you need from them. But when you meet people like that and you have access to them, you can slowly engage with them and start to learn from them. I heard on some program even that your mentor does not have to be somebody that you've even talked to physically. You can be watching their programs, you can be reading their books and learning, oh, excuse me, and learning from them. So it's like sometimes even, let's talk about, say, manners. There are certain things that we don't know, we may not have been raised with. Sorry, there's a lot of noise in my background. So even if, let me see, you were not, now I've lost my train of thought trying to yell my head off. Hello, can you just excuse me for a few minutes, please? Thank you. I'll be right. Hello, I'm back. Sorry about that. There's a lot of noise going on in my house. I had to go and tell people to lower their voices because I was getting the feedback in here. So, like I was saying, being unique, you know, don't apologize to anybody for who you are. Don't sell your uniqueness short. Yes, whoever you are, you can be a very quiet person. People will say, oh, she's too quiet. Oh, she's too this. Oh, do you talk? Look, you have something to offer. If they want to make the time to get to know you, they can learn from you. You might be somebody also who's very, what's the word, gregarious, if I'm using the right word, very, bubbly, very outgoing, very loud, not bossy, just that. But people may not relate to that. People, whatever, this is what I've learned in life, okay? If you do, you are damned. If you don't, that expression, it's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. So I'm going to give you some advice. Okay, I'm going to give you some advice. Be yourself at all times. Be yourself. Be good to yourself. Be honest with yourself. Don't sell yourself short. And your uniqueness, treasure it, value it. If the one person does not appreciate it, somebody along the way will appreciate it. Stop trying to be a chameleon to fit everybody's requirements or needs or expectations of you. Be yourself. Be yourself. Because you know what? Those people who are putting that pressure on you, they have not made up their mind that they are going to work on themselves, grow, and be a better version of themselves. So they wonder what you are about, what all that fuss is about, and what have you. When you get into those kinds of scenarios, you know that when you get into the process of trying to grow and better yourself, you are going to have to lose some of your friends. There are certain places that you won't be in, or certain people that you may, it's not that you hate them, but hello, it's what it might come to. If you're talking to them every day, it might go to once a week, once a month, or just seeing each other in the crowd at functions or whatever. Oh, hey, how are you doing? Life is like that. We got to keep it real. You can't live your life trying to please everybody. You can't. I've been there. People want to put you in a box. You are too this, or you can't do this. You can't say this. It has to be this way. It has to be that way. And if you continue in those environments, I tell you that you will not make anything of yourself. Learn to stand on your own 2 feet. Learn to stand on your own 2 feet. There are people who can't do anything without their friends. Somebody has to come and, what do you call it? Somebody has to come and tell them what to do because they are afraid to make that decision. Yes, I need to check. I see that my Wi-Fi has started acting up too. So let's see if this is working. Okay. Yes, be yourself. You don't owe anybody anything. Just live your life. Do right by people. So long as what you're doing is right in your eyes and in the eyes of God, you just keep doing it. Because if you live your life trying to please people, trying to satisfy people, and you don't satisfy your own self, there's something inside you that you need, that has to come out, that's your life. And yet you feel so restricted. You think that it has to be this way. Look, there were times that I used to be like, oh, this person may think this person may think, and I go, no. It's even when you speak your mind, people have a problem with it because the culture in which we come from, we don't like the truth. So when you speak truth, people get mad at you. Somebody can open their mouth and say something to you and you confront them and say you don't accept it. They try to make you feel guilty for being upset with their bad behavior. That is how we function. No, you can't allow that. Being unique means that you honor yourself, you respect yourself. Find your tribe. Find your tribe. Don't just be in any tribe. Don't just go to any table where you are not valued, you are not honored, you are not respected. No. If that is the case, then be alone. Sometimes you need to learn to be alone till you find your tribe. And being alone doesn't mean that you don't talk to anybody. No. But being alone, that you know that, hey, this is it. This is my show. I'm on my own. I'm waiting for the right tribe to come along. I'm not settling. Hello, Miss Sage. Good evening. I'm not settling. The uniqueness thing is very important to me because we try to put people in these boxes. This is how you should be. You are a wife. This is how you should be. You are a mother. This is how you should be. You are a sister. This is what you should do. No. Meanwhile, sister, no. What have you done for the sister? Or what have you done for the wife? Or what have you done for the mother? No. At the end of the day, we're all individuals trying to live our best life. And it works best when we cooperate with each other, when we're in a respectful, mutual relationship. That's how we coexist. But if people won't allow you to be you, and they think, oh, you are just in their life to satisfy something that they need from them, that is wrong. They need to meet you halfway. Like, don't go settling. You are unique. If you don't get anything from tonight, and when I say you are unique, we're talking about she is, and we've talked about being beautiful. I'm not saying going prancing around saying how beautiful you are and everybody else is ugly. No, that's the shallow stuff. When we talk about beauty, we're talking of inner beauty, everything, like you are working on yourself. Nobody ever arrives, but I mentioned before, there are certain women that when you are in their presence and you leave, you know that you've been visited by royalty. Like, you just feel good. They make you feel good. And that is what women should strive to be to each other. So with that said, I'm at the half-hour mark. So I'm going to go for a commercial break and we'll come and continue. Okay, where am I? Let me get rid of this one here. Okay. Yes. Okay. Hello, and we are back. So, the book again is The Beauty of a Woman's Heart that you saw in that clip. And you can find it on Amazon, US, Canada, France, Spain, Germany, Italy, and in Novi Books. Also, I would like to tell you about this event. There's an interactive event coming up. There's an interactive event, yes, on the beauty of a woman's heart. So I encourage you to get your copy of this inspiring book so you can participate. The date will be announced in due course. Okay, so let's go back. Let me bring the banner up and then we can continue. All right. Okay, so what I was going over is she's unique, one of a kind, because she's a divine creation, skillfully wrought by perfect hands. God made you. Don't sit around and think that, oh, you are a nobody. I'm just ordinary. I'm just mediocre. Oh, I'm not valuable. This and that. The things that we tell ourselves as women is what ends us in very interesting relationships. Because if you believe in yourself, I'll come to relationships because as African Ghanaian women, we are so enamored. I don't know if it's enamored of or enamored with marriage. That is all we think of, that our value is in being with a man. So when you don't know who you are, you don't consider yourself as unique. And there's some man out there too who has not done the work on himself to figure out that he is also a divine creator and that, it's his role to love, nurture, and respect the woman in his life. And you, with your insecurities, you go in there and you become that person's doormat or dog, whatever it is, slave, whatever. And you think that that is the role that you have to fulfill. It takes two healthy people. Hello, Ajua Odo. Hey, Chop Case. Hello. Welcome. So you think that is all. Put value on yourself. When I say put value on yourself, it's not even, I'm not saying go to university and go and get 2-3 degrees or go, what have you. You as an individual, we're not talking of those. Respect yourself, love yourself. How do you present yourself? What you come with. If you don't value yourself and you're always putting yourself down, oh yes, that man that you're so, that relationship focus that we have, you'll go into a relationship and somebody will go and treat you somehow that you don't want to be because you don't you don't put you don't put value on yourself. You don't think you are worthy enough. You are like, you feel so good, so honored that, oh, he's in my life. Let me just do anything. If I don't do it, he'll run away. Oh, it doesn't matter if he goes to sleep around, he comes home. Who told you that? Put value on yourself. You are unique. You too, God made you. You are somebody's daughter, somebody's sister, somebody's whatever. Value yourself. If you are a woman and you don't feel unique and you are in a relationship and you are just there, being treated anyhow from the left, being treated anyhow from the right, it's not all about you, my dear sister. Think about your daughters. Even if you don't have daughters and it's sons and they are watching this, think about the impact to society. They are also going to treat the women in their lives the same way because that is what they saw their father do to you. So some of these conversations, we don't like to have them. And when you talk about them, people go, oh, who's this person? Then you get labeled, oh, there's that. But you know something? You are one person. You were brought to this earth to do something. If you don't value yourself in your journey of life, nobody is going to come and value you. Please. Nobody is going to come and value you. So value yourself. And I go on to say she's simply awesome because he is her confidence. He is God. She's awesome. Look, when you believe in yourself, I used to think before I became a Christian, I used to think that all the, I started reading this, I call them psychobabble books, the simple, Hello, Dorothy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you. Yes. You what was I saying? I used to read these psycho Bible books about human relations, this, that, personality types, all that. And then when I started taking the word of God seriously, I thought, wow, so we have all this, you're reading books that Christian authors had written about, personal growth, developing yourself, this and that. And after that, I didn't look back. I thought, oh, so this was even here. So for me, even sometimes I'll go to work and I'm walking around like nobody knows it, but in my head, I know in the morning I've sat down, I've done my devotion, I've read something that has encouraged me, and you feel powerful. You're walking in strength. It's not another human being who's going to come and make you strong or make you feel good about yourself. So when I say that she's powerful because God is the only power source, you take your strength from God. And then she's simply awesome because he's a confidence. That is where my confidence comes from. It's not about friends who love you today. They believe in you. Say, whoa, 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 you are it. You are, what are the terms that they use? You rock, you are awesome, whatever. You are, whatever label or name they'll call you. And then tomorrow, there's a misunderstanding. As you know, it happens usually with women. Something happens, and then boom, friendships destroyed, and you are miserable because they have been your anchor. They have been your anchor because you rely on them so much that without them, you are like rudderless, a ship just drifting along, no direction, no nothing, being blown away, blown around. So when you learn to depend on yourself and your God, there's nothing that you can't do. And don't get me wrong, I'm not sitting here saying that it is all glorious. There's times that I don't feel like reading the Bible, but I'll make myself do it because if I get into that habit, oh, pretty soon I'll even stop. Yes, you have to make yourself do it. For me, it's important to me. It's a lifestyle choice that I've made, that I will depend on my God rather than on a human being. Human beings are valuable, but at the end of the day, when you are in need and you go to somebody for advice, you have to make the final decision whether you're going to, whatever you decide, you pick a little bit or this or that, and you get to decide. So sometimes, even rather than rushing out and broadcasting all your issues to everybody, sit down quietly, pray about it, center yourself. Like, yes, it's hard what's going on, so you are flapping and you forget, but please, let's take the time. And if you're going to even put your stuff out there, make sure that it's people that you can rely on. Yes. Ajua says true talk power because people with no value are easily manipulated, deceived, lack of security, have no self-love, unable to care for them, very much dependent, allow others to control them, mistreated. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, hello, Denise. Oh my gosh. What did I do today? I have two of my classmates on there. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming on. So, yes, I'm going on again about she's powerful because God is her only power source. When you read the words in the Bible and it's telling you you are fearful and wonderfully made, you are this, you are that, you are the head and not the tail, you are above and not beneath. My God is, what are some of the ones that I like? Your God causes you to walk on your high heels or whatever. It builds confidence in you. Like you have to be confident. I don't know where else I would go to get that confidence. Is it a man who's going to give it to me? Is it my husband? Is it my children? No. My confidence comes from God. That's what it is. And Ajua says, some people lack a lack of knowledge and blinded with greed, where they run foolish races due to desperation. Look, it all comes back to this same thing. Again, we are reading from page 254 to 255 of my book, The Beauty of a Woman's Heart, and the title is She Is ... And we're reading through. I read through and I'm talking about it. Like, if God is your power source, you will not sit around and let another human being mistreat you, abuse you or treat you badly. Why do I say this? Because you believe in yourself, you have the confidence. The person crying are coming to come and do that to you, no, also they are afraid. You see? But like if you don't know who you are and you've been fed this message of desperation that your only worth in life is to be groomed to, chase after a man or be somebody's missus or what have you. Don't get me wrong, marriage is a beautiful thing. It is we who have made it into something else because we don't come at it, and I'm not an expert, but I'll speak from my own experience. We don't come at it from the right perspective. We come at it thinking that, oh, I'm in love. Somebody is going to fulfill me. Somebody is going to do this. Somebody is going to do that. And then you find out that you both, not me, I'm not going to, both of you, or not, we're not going to blame one person and leave the other. Both of you have clay, feet of clay. You are all human. Nobody is perfect. So it's like looking at each other, working with your imperfections, working through it. Some don't want to, some choose not to. But at the end of the day, you have to maintain your sanity. Like if you value yourself, you place value on yourself, you will tell people what you accept and what you don't accept. Yes. Look, I'll be honest with you, there are a lot of people who may come. There's the social media effect. We show pictures like everything is hunky-dory, everything is perfect. Here's me, here's my husband, here's this, here's that. Don't read into it. Lovely, but we all do these pictures, but only those behind the closed doors know what really goes on. So we're here and I'm talking like we need to keep it real. At the end of the day, you are one person. You came to this earth alone. Who are you? Do you know who you are? What do you stand for? What are your values? What are your goals? Do you have any? What is the purpose of your life? Do you know? Are you making any impact on anybody? Or as for you, all you know is that, oh, from my childhood, I was taught I'm going to be somebody's wife. I'm going to be somebody's mother. Oh, yeah, mommy, kweku papa, kweku mommy. Those are the titles that we'll respond to. If that's you, that's fine. If that's all that you want in life and you are satisfied with it. But I always want to emphasize the separation of the roles that we play in life. I am a wife. I'm a mother. I'm a grandmother. And I'm me, you, the you factor. Who are you? If I'm going to live and think about, oh, I'm a wife, I'll forget who I am. Oh, I'm a mother, oh, I'm a mother. My kids are all grown up now. They don't need me really so much. So if I didn't have something to do, I didn't have my own goals, what would I be doing? Sitting around twiddling my thumbs, being bored, sinking into depression or what? As a woman, you always have to have the you factor. It is not being selfish. Set yourself apart from those roles that you play and figure out what you want in life. It's so, so important. Yes. Ajua says it is such a pity that many within our society communities allow themselves to strip themselves of their sense when it comes to religion with lies, deception, 419, juju, voodoo, and all kinds of other wicked evil means. Well, that's where we go. That's where we go when we don't know who we are. Yes. And yes, indeed, you are a sister too. Yes, that's true. You are a sister, you are a niece, you are a granddaughter. You play all kinds of roles, right? So for me, this power source thing is very important to me. My power, no man on this earth can be my power source. No, only God. And when I keep it that way, there'll be less of a heartache for me. That's how I look at it. There'll be less of a heartache for me. Let me read this comment and carry on. Ajua says the word of God is powerful when one has understanding because it never changes, but mere humans are the ones who use it to deceive those who lack knowledge. Ajua, it's because we refuse to be Berean Christians. We don't read the word for ourselves, and when we read it, we misinterpret it. So If you are reading the Bible, nobody should come to you and say that open Psalm 500, right? There was something going on about that. Yes. So, and then I go on to say she's creative because God has deposited his gifts in her. This here is an important piece. So, aside of all these roles that you're playing, and you can be in your job, like your 9 to 5 job that you do, but what is your passion? Is there something you're passionate about that you've thought about, but you've not explored it? Because, oh, I don't know, people might think it's foolish. Why do you want to do that? Oh, who wants to do that? Why would you want to go and do photography? You know how we talk in Ghana. Oh, somebody who's gone to school and you've done this and done that. Why would you want to do that? But that is your passion. Oh, flower arranging? What is that? Oh, so when funerals, hey, there's all kinds of occasions and things that you need flowers and whatever for. I want to sew. Oh, but if you want to sew, why don't you just go and give your things to a seamstress? They'll say it basa, be like just dampen your spirit, you know. But at the end of the day, are you happy not doing that passion? Are you happy? Look, there's people who've gone to school and done whatever, and they go, no, I like baking, I'm going to be a baker, and they've gone and done it. And they are doing, they like there's all kinds of things. And maybe people know this, or maybe people have not thought about, but I'm talking to women who come from where I come from, Ghanaian women, African women. How many times do we really stop to think about our passion without feeling guilty? Without feeling guilty, or other guilt because, oh, if I go and do this, this will happen. Oh, Mr. G, hello, welcome, glad to see you. You made it. I think we're halfway through. So, you feel guilty because maybe all you groomed yourself was our marriage. So you don't really have a regular source of income to do what your passion is. Look, I'm not the most financial person, I'll tell you that. But I've learned something, that you as a woman, you need to have something that you call your own. Aside of the household monies, the household income to pay rent, mortgage, groceries, bills, whatever, you have to have your own little something so that when you want to do something, go pursue your passion, nothing comes easy. We use money as an excuse to stop ourselves, and fear of stepping into the unknown to stop ourselves from pursuing what will bring us joy and fulfillment in life. That's a mistake that a lot of women make. I'm saying this because, look, my first book, I'm saying that I've written 2 books so far. Okay, so if I had gone to my husband that, oh, give me money, give me this, and not just my husband, we're talking of any Ghanaian or African man. Yes, generally, this is a broad statement, but take it generally. Don't, because I don't know who does and who does. Some are great, but the general perception, if you are the woman and your income is not that great in the house, or maybe you are not working and you want to do some of these things, you think it's going to be easy. So when I said I wanted to write a book, my husband may not necessarily be, oh, why do you want to write a book? Oh, this. His interest may not be there, but I got the memo. The memo was not for him, it was for me. So I had to make sure that I have my own money to do what I have to do. And I did. Because if I'm going to sit there waiting for a man or a sister or a mother or cousin or friend or whoever to come and encourage me to pursue my passion, it will never come out. It would not have seen the light of day. Because I even stood in church and I heard negative things. Yes. So sometimes you need to take the bull by the horns and do what you have to do. So I did. I made sure that I had my own money to be able to do what I have to do. Yes. And as I speak, I'm happy to say that last week I sent in my third book. You have to make sure you have the resources to do what you want to do. Sometimes you may consider it that, oh, it's a waste of money. Oh, I'm nearing retirement. Oh, I'm this. But hey, you know what? It is my passion. If I'm to sit here, I didn't even know. I didn't even know that this was something that I could do. So can you imagine? Can you just imagine like how many women are sitting around with untapped what do I put it? Untapped resources or skills or talents inside them, and they are dying slowly because they won't put it into action. Just do it. It's all that I say. Just do it. You see, sometimes we have to keep it real. We have to just keep it real and tell it as it is. Because, you know, you can be in a joyful marriage. That's cool. It's lovely. Even the good marriage, when you are this, you are that. But what about you? Is there something you need to do for you? What did you come to this earth to achieve? What did you come to accomplish? God put something inside you. And so if all your concern is the label, oh, I'm this, I'm that, and you won't work on yourself, you won't do some of these things that will bring, it's at the end of the day, it's not about me. Because what I've written, people are reading it and it impacts people. That is the intent. We didn't come here. You see, if you keep your gifts to yourself, nobody benefits from it. You've been selfish. And yes, people say, oh, if you die, is there a heaven? You know, people say all kinds of things, but chances are you get there and God will say, what did you do with what I gave you? And you go, oh, what did you give me? Yes, I didn't know. If you had asked me 6 years ago, 10 years ago, oh, will you be right? I would have said, me? No. Yeah. So find yourself before it is too late. Find yourself, find yourself, find yourself. Yes. So as for the creativity, please, whatever it is, look, you are somebody, you love baking, you love, oh, you are meat pie, why this, that. Set up some catering business. Just do it. Yes. It doesn't matter. We all have different things. For me, you can sit there and tell me, so is that all that you are going to do? Yeah. Yes. I enjoy it and I'm learning other things. It keeps me busy. And it is just what it is. You also find what you like and do it. Yes. Because all these, and you might say, oh, I'm so busy. When do you find time to do this? When do you find time to do that? Make time for yourself. When you finish taking care of everybody else, your me time, dedicate some of it to your passion. Little by little, you see that you are getting somewhere. Maybe you are not understanding what I'm saying, but there are a lot of unhappy people out there. It's not just women alone. Some of what I'm saying to relates to men because they were too afraid to take a step. They were too afraid, or lack of confidence. Oh, I don't know. Or maybe I can't. Obi or Hokra, they have something that they've invented. They are too afraid to go out and go find do the patent or whatever, and then they put the ideas out there, and then Obroni will come and take it and go and make it and be making money. We are too afraid. We are not bold. We are not bold. That reminds me of that judge, his pastor, who said, we are timorous. We are not bold. You see, we have to be bold. If you want something badly enough, you go after it. Yes. So I don't know. There's a lot. You are creative. Look, if you see women and what women are doing out there, you go, wow, people are really, it's so exciting, so lovely to see. So why don't you be one of them? Do something. You're not doing it, you're doing it to bless others, impact others, but at the end of the day, you benefit because it gives you joy and it gives you fulfillment. You don't want to just drift through life. Where's Amajo? Drift through life, die and go and be laying in the cemetery and be one of those people. You hear people often say that the cemetery is the most whatever, it's full of talent and all that because people died without tapping into what God put in them. Adjoa says many people do not value their lives because they have replaced it with material things, properties, monies, unnecessary competition, lies, comparison, and copycats. Well, at the end of the day, how happy are you with all this? Because the competition comes in where we are into this business. So, oh, I have to build, I have to go prove this to somebody. You are proving something to other people at the risk of your own health. Maybe you are working 2, 3 jobs. Who knows, right? Those things have changed, but the old school people, we are still in that mentality 2, 3 jobs, killing yourself, right? Maybe you can be one of those people. You get to the airport, you are going to go to your property. Before we hear it, you're still gone. When they got there, they died. What purpose has it accomplished? We don't know that. We bought into this cycle that we are here to satisfy other people. And so the culture makes us feel guilty. Oh, now you are here, you don't come and help. You don't this, you don't that. But what about my life? What about my life? Yeah. At the end of the day, you can keep sending money, sending money over there, and then retirement will come, like me that I'm sitting here. You know, Ghanaians, if you don't take care and you keep pleasing people, pleasing people, they are the same people who turn around and come and be calling you names and doing what have you. You have one life to live. Find your passion. Find your passion and go after it. And it's not to say, I'm not talking of an artist who say, oh, I want to be an artist, and then they are not working. How do you be an artist? Just drawing and this and that. No, I'm saying that you work your regular job, make sure you're getting the bills paid, because over here, if you come and do those things, poverty will come upon you like a whatever. But in your me time, think about some of these things. If you haven't started and start to pursue your passion, you have to. You have to. There's people who have a lot on their mind, a lot on their hearts of what they want to do, but just taking that step, because we've been taught to be so, I don't know what's the word, so humble, so we don't put, we feel that if we put ourselves out there, we are being too forward, we are being too selfish. Oh, this person, they are too this, they are too that. You can't hide. You can't hide it. There's some things that are inside you can't hide. They only have to come out. So I'll go on to read, actually, the last sentence, but I see that I'm due for another commercial break. So I will take the commercial break, and then today I won't do as many commercials because I can do it from memory. Okay. Okay, where am I? Pardon me. I'm always having to yell at my people to keep the noise down. Okay. Hello, that is the book, The Beauty of a Woman's Heart. And hey, I'm glad to tell you about an epic interactive Zoom event that is coming up soon. The Beauty of a Woman's Heart, get your copy of this inspiring book so you can participate. Because if you don't have the book and you come on, how can we showcase you? You can also come and chat with us and talk about your insights from the book. So get your copy on Amazon, okay? We'll be announcing the date in due course. And don't forget, so The Beauty of a Woman's Heart, you can get it on Amazon, Canada, US, France, Spain, Germany, Italy, and also on Innovi Books. And don't forget my other book, my first book, The Reflections for a Thirsty Soul, that you can find on Amazon, Friesen Press, Barnes & Nobles, Google Books, and iTunes. And as well, Yaa'S Russell, where is the banner? I told you I couldn't do these commercials today. So Yaa'S Russell, my co-host, she wasn't able to be here today. She deals in 100% natural health and beauty. She's a 100% natural health and beauty advocate. She has a lot of products at her disposal. There's Virgin, which is a female product, very healthy. I can't say all that says, but contact her on her social media handles, okay? As well, Miss Amajo. Miss Amajo had a birthday yesterday. Shyla's Kitchen. Shyla is in Fort Saskatchewan, which is a 25-minute drive from Edmonton, where Yaa'S Russell and I are. So if you're coming into town and you're worrying about what to eat, what to do, please contact her and, order from your needs from her. As well, we have Miss Ajua Odo. She does a program on Fridays. Where is it? She does a program on Fridays at 6:30 Eastern, which is 4:30 my time. It's called Abrabomu Nsem, different topics, very insightful topics, just about life, right? And also on Saturdays, she does a marriage program with Reverend Samuel Okoso from Ghana, 3 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. my time. Ajua, yesterday I was available to give my full attention to your program, and then I realized you were off somewhere, and I thought the one time that was available, so I'll make it next week, okay? Yes, and as well, Dreamers and Visionaries with the beautiful Pastor Patience Edwards on Sundays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. my time. I've been in this group for the last year and a half or so, and it's really helped me, pushed me to achieve my goals, focus, what have you. Hey, I can't even begin to talk, so I'll take up the rest of the time. Sage's Shea. So Miss Shea, go to her website. She has wonderful shea butter products, jewelry, and African print t-shirts, different things. She's still working on us Canadians being able to order from her site. So we're patiently waiting, Miss Sage. Also, there's Miss Mamle Yoko Godwin, and she has a channel, EPA Worldwide, on YouTube. It's to deal with parental alienation, advice for parents who are going through custody battles, custody issues, and the impact that it has on the children. Very educative, very insightful. Please check her out. And there is Miss Aisha Ankra. She's a Juice Plus and Avon agent. Please contact her for your needs. Aisha lives in England, but she's always on this program at this time. She supports people like Aisha. Thank you so much for all your support. And we have lunchtime talks with Awom Rekua. She's in Glasgow, Scotland. And so the time for her program is 1 p.m. UK time. I hope that I have got everybody. And also, yes, on Tuesdays, I do a program called Practical Nyamisem. So for me, just the way that we worship God and how we've interpreted the Bible, and when I think, I'm not a pastor, let me just qualify that, but these are just humorous accounts that I present on how I interpret some of the Bible passages or how we interpret it. It's you know, all the whole issue of how Christianity has become in Ghana. So we have to be practical about it. Like, you know, God says you should work, and yet you go and sit in church 7 days a week. So how can you work? Right? Those kinds of things. This Tuesday, I'll be talking about carrying the torch, you know, about teaching your, are you passing your faith on to your children? Hey, people told me, you know, like when you're raising children in the diaspora, I have a family member who said that if your child is not 18 years in this environment, do not judge anybody's child. And I got to understand what she meant. But now I look at it that, oh, nobody told me about the young adult stage. They are older. You can't tell them what to do. You know what I mean? So anyway, I'll get into that on Tuesday. And then on, what do you call it? On Thursdays, I read from the book, a short passage from the book. So, you know, this is an old one, but we do lives on the beauty of a woman's heart on Sundays and then Thursdays. But Tuesday, every second Tuesday is practical nyamisem. So with that, let us go back. Let me put the banner up for today and let us go back. I see there's some comments, so I'll read. Ajua, no worries. I knew you were off somewhere. So let's continue. Gosh, my house is noisy today. So let's continue. I'm just going to read let's read this. Ajua says, I do not know how Obapa Aisha Ankra is able to support all of us. She has such a good heart, which I see as heart of gold. God bless you, Aisha. Yes, Aisha. Thank you so much. So I'm going to round up. I'll read through the last paragraph and we'll dissect it a bit and then we'll go from there. Actually, I even forgot about the reflections. In this book, you see the main story, main theme, passage, what have you, and then there's reflections. So the first reflection is, woman, do you know who you are? So we've talked at length about that. And then how do you see yourself? How do you see yourself? And the third reflection is, where do you draw your strength? I talked at length about where I draw my strength. So you may also have your own story. So let's read the last paragraph. Like I said, there's nothing she cannot do. Sadly, how many of us believe who God says we are? Stir yourself. I said, put on some sass and get stepping, woman. Walk in your true identity. The world is waiting for you to make your mark on it. Do not give up on yourself. God hasn't. So, yes, you can do anything if you put your mind to it. It takes discipline. It is not easy. Like this book I was just talking about, I had to read through it 3 times. Oh my goodness, it is tedious. And then when you send it in, they'll bring it back and you have to be doing revisions. No worries, Miss Sage. You have to be doing revisions and doing what have you. But it takes discipline. I got lazy a bit and I was sitting around I had 82 pages of it. And I'm sitting there, I'd review the first 50. And then the other evenings, I'm sitting around lollygagging. And last week, thereabouts, I forget at which point I said, you told yourself, you set a goal for yourself that you have to send this in by the end of August. Well, August is ending. What are you doing? It took me 2 days to go through. And it's interesting, even the third time, things that I hadn't paid attention to before, or restructuring sentences, what have you. So I'm just telling my story to illustrate that all this stuff that you have to do, pursuing your passion, it comes with hard work. And if you are not disciplined, yes, if you are not disciplined, you can't do it. You can't tell yourself, oh, I'll do this, and then you close your eyes, and next time you look, it's December. Meanwhile, you told yourself in January that I'm going to do this project by August, I should be here. Meanwhile, August has come, maybe you haven't even started. So what is stopping you? We have the ideas. That's what the ideas, they are all up here. We have the ideas, but it's putting them into action. Yes, putting them into action. So For you, the woman, maybe you've been fed a thing that your only value, the most important value that you have on this earth is to be a wife or be a mother or be whatever. But don't forget yourself in the equation that God made you. He knew you in the womb, Jeremiah, right? He knew you. He knew what you were coming to do even before these roles. And it's strange for me to say what I'm going to say because in our culture, and I've said it in 2 broadcasts, maybe I'm going to say the third time. We, the African, the Ghanaian women, we don't get to have the choice of saying that maybe, just maybe, I don't want to get married. But our sisters in the developed countries, they do. So if you are somebody that you've come on this earth, and maybe what happens if you don't marry or you don't have the children, then what are you doing? Do you get what I mean? If that is all that you were brought here to do and you haven't done it, then people will view you as what, the most hopeless of women? No, 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 it's not like that at all. Look, these are serious things that we're talking about. These roles are very important roles. I'm not here, I'm just being very practical that sometimes we lose ourselves because of all these things, labels and cultural expectations that are put on us. But meanwhile, there's something inside you that needs to get done, but you are afraid. You don't want to offend. Sometimes, if you want to do something and your parents think, oh, that's not what you are supposed to be doing. You are supposed to be doing something they want. But at the end of the day, look, there's people who've gone and been doctors, who've gone and been lawyers because of parental pressure. And then later on, they figured they wanted to be doing something else. And I'm not only talking about women, the men too. So there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure from our background. And if you don't take a step back and take stock of your life and decide what you want to do or what you want to be, I'm sorry, before you know it, life will be over. That's the reality of it. Yes. So I say, stir yourself, wake yourself up, shake yourself up. Shake yourself. If I haven't made any impact at all, at least ask yourself, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? What is it that needs doing that I've not done? Look, when you figure it out, it's not that hard to start. But number one, you have to have discipline. Discipline is key. If you don't have it, you will not go anywhere. So you need to not, oh, I'm cooking, oh, the kids, oh, this, oh, that, The kids there, you can use them as an excuse. But you have to know that as soon as they start hitting 13, the clock is ticking. 14, 15, 6, they are growing and they are growing and they are growing. And if you are wise, you will be pursuing your passion alongside raising the kids so that once they are gone, then you know that, oh, I've been busy also doing all along, I've been busy doing what I wanted to do. But if you're focused and you become everything to everybody except you yourself, then I'm sorry. It's a recipe for some heartache. At least from my perspective, that's how I'm looking now and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, my kids are all done school and ooh, what am I doing with myself? But I don't feel that way because I'm doing me. I'm doing me. Yeah. I'm doing what I want to do. So I'm just encouraging somebody that, hey, even if it's not something that you want to do, maybe all you wanted to do was just volunteer somewhere or help kids or this, go out there and find those places and go do that. Anything, so long as it gives you satisfaction and fulfillment. Yes, walk in your true identity. Walk in your true identity. You can't be anything else but yourself. You can't be anybody else but yourself. Stop trying to be like other people. Be Ajo Odo, okay? Be Sage Williams. Be Dorothy. Be Dinah. Be Aisha. I can't be Aisha. Aisha can't be me. Be yourself. Own your truth. Value yourself. Look, the world is waiting for you to make your mark on it. So why don't you? Don't give up on yourself because God hasn't. So, with that, we have come to the end. My co-host Ya Russell, as I said, was not able to be here today. And it's funny too, like I went on an appointment with my oldest girl. So when we're coming back, I said, oh yeah, the live is at 5. What if Ya can't make it today? So I had to leave her a message and say, yeah, and I said, what if Ya can't make it today? When I got home, I saw a message from her that she couldn't make it. So even with the topic, I was wondering, oh, how is it going to be? But I feel like I've spoken a lot of things and I've spoken passionately from my heart and I've spoken my truth that all I want is that women should learn to love themselves more. Take care of yourself. Be yourself. Walk in your true identity. Figure out who you are, your passion, what you want to do. Don't be so focused on other people that you forget yourself. In the look, we can't get away from our parental responsibilities. We can't get away from our marital responsibilities, but don't forget yourself in the process. Work on yourself. Work on yourself. Work on yourself. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Work on yourself. Love yourself. Work on yourself. Read, read, read. If you don't even know where to start, read, read, read. Ajua says, no one can change the past experiences, but we have the ability to change our present and future with realistic goals. Yes, our choice of friends, work, lifestyle characteristics, and other components all play a major part with our future success or shape us. Thank you, Ajua. Very deep insights. Thank you. And Dorothy says, lovely, you're doing a great job. Thank you, Dorothy. Thank you for coming. I appreciate that. So, like I was saying, be good to yourself. Figure out who you are. Don't just settle. Don't just be drifting through life. Make it count. Make it meaningful. Enjoy your experiences. Hey, if you don't feel like doing anything and you're happy where you're at, you're content with your current roles, it's no pressure. But I'm speaking to women in general. And mind you, too, that we have the younger generation who are coming after us. They are watching. Look, our mothers, I've always said that, our parents taught us how best, they taught us the best they knew how, but they are not perfect. They have their faults, but we have to give them credit and acknowledge them for what they did for us. Nobody can do what they did. No, not at all. But the thing about their generation is that they don't tell you too much about their experiences. It's the keeping up appearances thing. But in our generation, we are trying better. We are opening up. We are talking. So these are some of the products that you see. We talk. There's people on here. Ajuodo speaks about these issues in her program. Like, there's all the women that I mentioned that everybody is doing something because that is the impact that we can make. For me, at my age, to realize some of these things and be sitting here talking, because there's things that when I was in my 20s, oh, I'm young, 30s, oh, oblivious, 40s, 50s, now 60s. I'm like, come on now, your experiences can benefit somebody. So that is why I come here on Sundays and the other programs that I do, that surely I'm hoping that somebody, one woman, two women, three, even if it's just one, you are blessed by whatever we share on this platform. And if it's a blessing to you, please write us a review. That is one thing that I encourage our people to do. These reviews are very helpful. And also, if you've read my book, go on Amazon, please write me a review. It's so key and it's so important. So with that, I thank you all for coming tonight. Ajuodo, Dorothy, Mr. Bedu, Aisha, Miss Sage, Dinah, Emmanuel G. Who else? Anybody that I've missed, please pardon me. I really appreciate you being on here. And if you come after, please leave us a comment and we'll respond. So with that, I'll say Goodbye for now. I'll be back on Tuesday, God willing, at 6:30 with Practical Nyamisem carrying the torch. Thank you for coming on. Love you all. Bye-bye.